We've gone through all the FBS conferences. That was fun. But now we're going to explore some of the lesser known football conferences and leagues from around the world. Yes, we will do the FCS conferences, but Canada plays football as well. They also have colleges, or universities. So, why not? Canada West has a huge contrast in stadiums. Some are tiny, but some are CFL stadiums. So, here are the U Sports Canada West football stadiums. Thunderbird Stadium, home of the UBC Thunderbirds. We start off with a very modest stadium with just the one grandstand, but it's a nice one. The rest of the stadium is made up of a grass berm, and on this side the exterior, if you want to call it that, is made up of a rather nice garden. As you can see by all the different lines on the field, it's used by multiple sports. The stadium has actually hosted Australian rules football before, which, even though the field isn't quite the right shape, it does remind me of some of Australia's smaller football stadiums. McMahon Stadium, home of the Calgary Dinos. It's one of the aforementioned CFL stadiums, but sorry to the Calgarians, if that's what you're called, but it's probably my least favourite CFL stadium. It's looking a little dated, and well, it's not that it's bad, it's just that the others seem to be a little bit better. But perhaps looks are deceiving. Anyway, this is U Sports, not the CFL, so compared to the last one it's not too shabby, and it has literally over 10 times the seating capacity. It's kinda interesting how the field rolls straight into this grassy section, but the field is artificial. I don't know, probably would have looked better when the field was real grass, but that's just nitpicking, and also, who the hell cares? I can't be bothered looking up the pronunciation, so I'm gonna say Foots Field, home of the Alberta Golden Bears. Well, this is another interesting one. And no, that's not sarcasm, it's kinda cool. In terms of the seating, it's just 2 rudimentary stands, a bit of grass bermage, and well, that's it. I like how the stand over on the east is elevated high above the field. And what's this yellow thing? Is that the press box or something? It looks cool. But yeah, that's about all I've got to say. It's quite straightforward. Griffiths Stadium, home of the Saskatchewan Huskies. Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I like the sound of that. Unlike the last one, it seems that soccer is preferred at this university, because these guys are the ones that have to share with the track team. They seem to like integrating the stands with some grass in this conference. I like that. What does that say? Oh, Huskies. Yes, that makes sense. Oh, and look over there. Just like the Huskies of the MAC, the Huskies of Canada West have a giant dog statue. Once again though, it's really tricky to tell which breed it is. Mosaic Stadium, home of the Regina Rams. Regina, Saskatchewan. Yeah, that doesn't sound quite as good. But I believe it's also okay to pronounce it Regina. But the stadium is obviously better than the last one. I mean, I don't think that's a controversial take. The roof canopies in particular are quite unique and are actually designed that way so that snow doesn't accumulate. Because apparently it snows in Canada. I was absolutely gobsmacked when I heard this. Did you know that? Next they're gonna tell me that Nepal is mountainous, or that Afghanistan is dangerous, or that Chile is spicy. As for the interior, well, I love the erratic nature of the seating. They just put a bit of this here and a bit of that there. No other sport has a stadium quite like this, although there is an upcoming stadium built in Mexico that is somewhat similar. It's probably the best stadium in this conference, unless the next one can match it. IG Field, home of the Manitoba Bisons. Ooh, well, maybe I spoke too soon. This one's pretty cool as well, and quite unique with those wavy roof canopies. Would that have something to do with snow as well? I'm not sure, but it looks pretty cool. Unlike the last one though, there is another stadium which looks pretty similar somewhere else in the world, And just like Lumen Field, the facade is made from mostly bricks, but it's got this silver cladding as well, which is a nice touch. As for the interior, well, it's more or less symmetrical, being made up of a seating bowl with two big upper decks on the sidelines. It's an excellent stadium, and it's tough to say whether it's better than the last one or not. Well, that's it for today's video. An eclectic bunch of stadiums to say the least. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, have a good one.